This video will equip you with basic construction knowledge. We all dream of owning a home one day, so it's very important that we have the knowledge on how to supervise its construction in order to reduce on costs and quality maintenance. It has been made possible by Habitat for Humanity in Uganda with support from MasterCard Foundation. Other partners include Centenary Bank, Opportunity Bank, and Pride Microfinance. When choosing on where to have your home, take your time to identify a good neighborhood. We all want our families to be safe and happy. Having a home is not just about constructing the building. A home comes with a peace of mind and other simple but important provisions that make a good home. Make provision for a simple compound with some trees. This will help save our environment and also give you a good shade. A small backyard garden will help increase on your food security. And where possible, try and harvest the rainwater and make provision for sanitary facilities.
Buying land is a prerequisite for any homeowner. And buying land is about the biggest single expense you'll ever make. You're better off buying registered land or titled land, whichever case it is. Whether it's a chibanja, you still have to do a few things to make sure that your money hasn't been put to waste. Ownership in collaboration with the local authorities.
Areas to look out for. Avoid wetlands. Wetlands are gazetted areas and no construction activities are allowed to be carried out there. Your home is at a risk of being demolished should you choose to construct it in a wetland. You're also at a risk of floods and disease-carrying vectors. Hilly areas. Be careful with hilly areas. Despite giving you a good view, they could prove very costly because of leveling the steep slopes for foundation works. Road reserves. Please always watch out for road reserves. Remember, there is no compensation for road reserve encroachers.
The recommended distance for buildings along a highway are at least 18 meters from the center line of the road. That is 18 meters to one side and 18 meters to the other. So when you're setting out your wall, let it be the perimeter wall, make sure that it's at least 18 meters away from the center line of the highway. When it comes to feeder roads, which are usually found in rural areas and other small residential areas, we're looking at 10 meters. That's the recommended distance. 10 meters again from the center line, which would make an allowance of 20 meter breadth for the whole road.
With the land fully secured, put the vision of your house onto paper with a plan or a sketch. A plan will make it easier for you to supervise your construction. An architect or draftsman can help you put it together and have it approved by a local authority. Depending on your finances, incremental construction is an easy way that enables you to construct a decent and affordable home. There is the vertical incremental construction, where the building is constructed in stages vertically, such as the foundation, the walling, the ring beam, and the roofing. James decided to construct his house in phases using the incremental approach. He set up a simple section just besides the main house, where he lives with his wife and child. Being at the site enables James to supervise his main house construction. It also saves him money he would have otherwise spent on renting. Planting trees around the house will mean that by the time James is through with his house, the trees will also be big enough for him and his family to enjoy the nature.
Bw'oba ozimbyewo ennyumba entono esookerwako n'ojja n'ogibeeramu osevinga nnyo nti sente ze waalibadde ngowa Land Road nga bw'ozimba ennyumba ye amakaago gaggwe ezo zonna ozisevinga ne zidda mu process ey'okuzimba ki ennyumba. Kati nze landlord wange nali musasulanga $20 buli mwezi. Naye okuva lwe nayingira wano ennyumba yiyo njizimba naye $20 sikyagasasula. Kati agabiri ge naali kuttenga nga nteeka eri gadda mu nsawo yange.
Then there's the horizontal incremental construction, where a homeowner first constructs a room or two. They move in and then finalize the rest of the house gradually. This helps save on money and also gives you an opportunity to supervise the rest of the construction while on location.
This is the Kabuko household. Actually, it's the first part of it. Here we have what's termed as incremental building. You build a part of the house and then you keep adding. But then as you do that, you're mindful, as you build, you're mindful that you're going to add more rooms. It is not an ad hoc decision. And how have they done that? Notice here that the wall is continuing. But again, we've got it's toothed here, so that when you next add bricks, they'll key into the walls easily. The foundation has been already laid. As you notice, contrary to what this is, we have these bricks which are lying on their bed on a stretcher bond. We have these on edge, which is typical of a foundation wall. Typically, we should have the concrete cover the whole floor. It should cover the whole floor and cover these bricks as well. That's why it's called oversight concrete, so that all the elements below are down there. Below it, of course, there would have been a damp-proof membrane. We have the ring beam still jutting out. Of course, you could protect this. This could be a little dangerous. It's a bit high, but it could be dangerous. And you cover it with lean concrete. That's easily removed. But still, this idea shows you where we're going. This is the door frame. But notice that all the bricks are sitting directly on the frame. This is not good practice. Typically, we should have a lintel. Where we do not have a ring beam, we should have a lintel, preferably reinforced concrete. That's concrete with steel bars. Other times, you could use a very thick timber member, but that is not advisable. Look at the roofing. The roofing is what we call the gabled roof. It is so easy to add timber members and just continue the roofing. It would be a lot more complicated had we had what's known as a hipped roof. In Uganda, what they call bugaga bukomye. All right. This way, it's so easy to continue. It is obvious that this household knows where it's going. You can notice a change in step here. This will be the veranda. This is another floor. You can continue this house ad infinitum, depending on how much resources you have at a given time. Thank you for viewing. I hope you've learned a thing or two and been inspired to start on your journey in home ownership. It is possible to have the house of your dreams by following these tips and also supervising your work, overseeing it in collaboration with a professional. I am Moses Chinawe, a registered architect, a member of Uganda Society of Architects. Thank you.